Hey folks, welcome back. This is Lucid. I'm here with Sakane again,
Hello, everybody.
and we are on turn 12 of new casting. So let's. Who do you want to start with this time, Zach?
Well, it looks like you're zoomed in on Gath, so we might as well
Okay,
start there.
sounds good. So we're going to, I think, at this point, basically not watch any of the neutral battles.
Yeah, unless there's something really that stands out, like a
It,
failed expansion.
so not
Uh,
much to see on Gath.
yeah,
He's just
he
building up gibbers,
with a bad bless. Sorry to
right?
keep harping on that.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
remember last time he had expanded to the province south of that, and he had bumped Ulm,
Oh, right.
and then he just did the logical thing and moved north. So he's trying to get the last few provinces he
Right.
can.
He's got a very favorable border with Ulm, so he's, I'm sure, very happy about that.
Yeah, less happy about the situation with Lemuria, I'm sure.
Okay,
Speaking of Ulm,
we have Overkill City here. Let's. We're not going to watch the independent battles, but this is just so overkill. I want to show it.
well, this was a potentially a very heavily fortified province, and he might have had a scary scouting report. But remember, once he sent like a small number of cavalry into a similar situation, and they got killed.
Well, I think
So
that
maybe he's
had to do with the
overcompensating.
commander, but yeah.
Oh yeah, could be.
Let's
Um,
just pause it right here, and then let's take a look at the hit points for all the Black Templar. 15, 15, 15. Okay, we have one at 8 and one at 14.
yeah,
One at 10. Okay, so he took a grand total of, uh,
like
yeah,
12 damage or
12
whatever.
damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
This is a key province for Ulm.
And he could have
Um,
bumped the Gath army too, because the Gath army was, well, no, but it was heat.
no, it was
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, okay.
Well, it's winter. It might, yeah. Anyways, yeah, that was a key get for because amazingly these two farmlands haven't been claimed yet
Yeah,
between Midgard, not Midgard, Utgard and him.
I think that's one of the things like more experienced players tend to do a lot more is particular province prioritization, like
Yeah.
beeline it for farmlands.
So, and especially large farmlands, they see
Yeah,
that population on that one.
yeah,
That's a capital.
yeah,
That is
basically.
basically the same income as a capital once you put a citadel on it.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay, I think that's
okay,
it
that's it
for
for Ulm.
Ulm.
Really, his fort is done already.
Right, and he's
Does
cranking
Gath
out
have
crossbowmen.
yeah? Does Gath have a fort
Gath, I don't think
coming
so.
up?
Let's see if they have one coming up.
I don't see. No, pretty
I
small.
guess they'll have to just go win their first fort then.
I
But
mean,
this is really late to not have a fort up.
or not have a fort started.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
both.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, if he had one about to finish, that would be fine. But starting one on turn
On
13
this,
would be
yeah,
really
that
late.
is that's pretty
Or
late.
starting it on turn 12 would be really late. Um,
Okay, Agartha
Agartha
had some.
hits
Okay,
the lizards,
shaman.
which this is a kind of tough province. He actually loses two full drakes here, so
Yeah, but 40 lizards can
is yeah.
pack quite a punch.
Yeah, that's no joke. And this is a really important province for Agartha because they don't really have good nature access or good astral. They have some astral, but not great astral.
Yeah, this
So
is
getting
great.
shamans is really good for them.
We thought there might be a bump here between Abyssea and Agartha in the cavalry province, but apparently they did not.
Yeah.
Um,
And I
Now,
think that's
Agartha
it.
had also moved west,
Did they
right
bump over here?
close to
No.
Jomon. No, so that
Oh,
wasn't a
yeah.
bump. So I guess he just moved back. I'm surprised he didn't take that force to the south there.
Oh, we have a message too from Bogaroos. Let's go ahead and read it. Nat between Bogaroos and Atlantis. Interesting. I could see how this would be a beneficial nap for both players now.
Why would Atlantis feel like they would need to sign an app?
Well, I don't think they're worried about losing the underwater stuff, but obviously they're happy having it without any
Yeah,
contest. And then this land stuff,
they
you
just want
know,
to feel like they can do whatever they want
like,
on their other borders and not have to deal with
yeah,
boogers.
Bogaroos coming back in here. Yeah,
Hmm.
so. Anyway, okay, so Jomon takes out these spectral mages, loses almost nothing.
So he finally no, he hasn't quite cleared his capsicle because there's still those troglodytes.
Right, right.
And is that a failed underwater expansion?
That looks like it. Let's take a look. I missed
Uh-oh.
that. I don't think I've seen this before. Oh, Ichthyids. They will get you. And the thing is, when you do Gift of Water Breathing, you still get a pretty big stat penalty. And that's one of the
Yeah.
things that makes Cavalry good, is their nice stats. So it's unfortunate. Fortunately for him, he doesn't lose Son of the Dragon, which is his main way of kind of getting underwater.
His only way, really.
Yeah, we can see he retreated back
Yeah, he
here.
retreated successfully.
Unfortunately, he's got Atlantis in the lake now with him too, so he's really on the timer
Yeah.
to like get his stuff. And there's a fort under
Yeah.
construction here, but so that's bad news for him.
Yeah, bad news for Jomon.
Oh, just funny other news. I was playtesting around with Jomon today because we were having
Okay.
a debate. I'm working on this minimum balance mod with a few other people.
Right.
And anyway, we were having a debate about them. And I tried to figure out how to get underwater without a pretender and without lucking into any indie mages by like turn 12. I figured out a way
Okay.
with
do tell.
Shugenjas. And
What
you
are
can do
the
it with... They're just... I'll show you them. Shugenjas. But it was like Galaxy Brain Shugenja. And not these guys. The Master Shugenjas. So these
Okay.
guys, thugging them out with like Alt 3, Construction 2, and Enchantment 2. Having them solo expand underwater. Yes.
Do you
Yes.
need them to have special paths?
Kind of, but they're common. Like if you get 6 Shugenjas, you'll probably have 2 with required paths.
Okay, and what are your required paths? Like nature 2, I guess? And then
You need
water?
water, and that's really it actually, because you can get by with really. Yeah, you just need
You could
water.
put a gem for the
You can put
so
a
need
gem for
water.
the other stuff. Yeah, but pretty hilarious.
Yeah, I could see that. So you need construction 2 to get him like a breathing item, right?
Yeah, the breathing item, and then some basic gear, and then
And then you need the water gems somehow, right?
yeah. So you to do this, you get if you're trying to do this, you have to prioritize getting whatever water randoms you have outside searching.
Yeah.
And then you need to find like 1 or 2 gems, which is not that hard really.
Yeah.
You could get unlucky, but I would say, having like finding 2 water gems by like turn 14 is super duper easy. I mean, you can't control it, but and you kind of want to send Master Shugenjas out early to site search anyway. So
They're good. I think they're a reasonable choice for a first mage anyways, so
yeah. Anyway, but
yeah. Well, things not working out for this particular Druman player.
right. Lemuria, on the other hand, I guess we'll start with them on this row.
Sure. They're that was an indie province, so
Yeah, they clear that out.
and another one to the southeast, yeah.
Clear this out. This is kind of interesting. I want to see what he did here, because he's got his.
Centurion and a thaumaturge.
I wonder if he's just making skeletons or something. Yeah. That's pretty risky. I would never do that. I'd be so worried about them running past my guy and killing my thaumaturg.
Or just arrows being unlucky, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, with this bless, they're probably fine against arrows, but yeah.
Fair enough. So
Okay,
he's got,
so forts.
He's got 4 forts. Well, 3 forts plus his cap. Already, Lemuria does.
I don't think I even realized this when I was looking at it before, but this fort, man, like, guys, cap circle Lemuria, okay? Like, to put this fort up on a border before you put a cap circle province up,
And there's one to the south too that we
yeah,
talked
there's
about.
2 down here. So, thing is, if I'm bordering you and you're Lemuria, and you put up 2 forts on my border like this early, I'm gonna be like, oh, these lands still have a shit ton of population, and you put up a free fort for me. Thank you.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
if I saw them coming up, I wouldn't even try to knock them down. I would let you finish them just so I could take them from you, depending who I was. But
Yeah.
yeah, But that's the other good thing about building the cap circle. You put them up here, like nobody wants this shit. 900
900.
population, 3,000.
Yep. So Lemuria, but so far no conflict.
And it's turn 12, yeah, so.
Yeah, but now there are no more indie provinces.
Right, yeah.
Although Lemuria still could go underwater, so
yeah, they should go underwater. This is
yeah,
super
he'll
juicy
get
for them.
these. But
Yeah.
we'll see if his neighbors, now that they've run out of places to go, decide to attack him.
Yeah, I mean, Lemuria is pretty big too. So just being this big too is going to put a little target on your back, but you're playing Lemuria, so you're going to have a target on your back anyway. So,
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Okay.
Marignon.
Now we were.
Oh, a bump.
Yeah.
Clears
So he
out
kills
PD.
Barbs.
And he's got a good contingent of crossbows and whatnot. And then for Abyssea, let's watch this.
Yeah, we didn't know
we
if
know how this
Abyssea
is
was
gonna
going to
go.
go here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Way too many crossbows.
Yeah.
We didn't know where Abyssea was going to go. If they were going to go north for a heavy cav province
Right.
or risk this bump.
So, guys, this is going to answer the age-old question. How do Warbred do against heavy crossbows?
The answer is
crossbows?
they do not do.
Why are they moving forward? Are they on fire and keep distance? I don't understand this. I've never seen crossbows do that. Oh, they're trying to hit these guys. They're not on fire closest. Are? I'm very confused. Have you seen that before, Zach? Do you know what he's got these guys scripted
Yeah, that's. I wonder if they, because if he just had them on fire.
Oh, he's shooting back here.
Are those? What are the units on the guard commander?
I think they're just on fire, and they've selected the commander squad back here.
Yeah. Some of them have, but some of them are also firing closer.
Like, if there was a way to lose this battle, this is exactly how to do it.
Yeah.
So this
Keep it
guy
simple,
would be
guys.
routed, but he's berserk.
Oh, he just gets smited because the Prophet is here too.
Yeah.
Actually, I bet the Prophet got a lot of these Warbred kills.
Yeah. Yeah, some of them. I think these guys were maybe the heavy crossbows. I think these guys were maybe shooting at the Warbreds, and then these guys, I don't know if they were in two squads, were shooting at someone else. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're pretty wrecked now.
Yeah, so crossbows, I mean, Abyssea's worst nightmare is basically crossbows.
Yeah, they don't like it. Yeah. Crossbows in general, yeah, I don't know. I think if you're worried about heavy infantry, you definitely want to be on attack closest. If you're trying to get mages that are mixed in with archers, you can be on fire archers, but
Yeah, I think especially if you're expecting a bump, because he was fighting Barbs and then maybe expecting a bump against Abyssea, so definitely fire closest would have been safer.
Here we've got a little.
Oh, these are his mercs that he used
Yeah.
to take the lake, I think.
These mercs, I don't even know how much. I don't even care how much he paid for them. They have paid for themselves.
Yeah, and they've barely taken any casualties.
Yeah.
I think you renew the contract, like they're still almost full strength.
Yeah, they are. They're doing good work for Marignon. Was there a bump down here with Bogaroos? No. Okay, speaking of Bogaroos.
Yeah, we thought that Marignon might have bumped there. Oh shit, your video just got all low quality for a second.
Oh, okay. Hopefully it's still high quality on my end for the recording, but
It seems to have gotten better. I don't know, maybe there was a little bit of a bandwidth bottleneck. So,
got some wizards back here. This wasn't a throne. I think this was just a...
no, there's just a nasty province.
Yeah. It's kind of good he has these Ichthyids to take up some of the fire elemental hits from the heavy cav, because heavy cav tend to wreck themselves against fire elementals.
Mm-hmm.
That hoof attack.
Yeah, gets you burnt.
Yeah. So, lost one Malia Drazina. I mean, this is very low casualties for what he was fighting. Are there any other Bogarusian moves?
I guess he's got a fort up with a lab in his cap circle.
Right. Right.
And is he building one to the north?
Yeah, there's a fort coming up here.
Yeah, that makes sense.
No fort here. Not yet, anyway. And yeah, like we were saying, he has a peace with Atlantis now. Oh, Atlantis has finally gotten this land province. It was tilting me they hadn't gotten it.
Yeah.
Every single episode, I'm like, oh, they should sail across and get this land province.
So finally they did.
Yeah. I'm trying to show you these guys in Cold 3, because I think it is Cold 3. Look at this. 20 protection, 24 damage, piercing, weapon. They're just so gnarly. They're probably one of my favorite units in the game.
Yeah, they're nice. In the tournament game, there's still an Atlantis. Who's my neighbor? Who's got a huge pile of those guys?
Yeah, there's. Yeah, they're hard to deal
They're
with.
nice.
I mean, they're very difficult to kill, and they do a shit ton of damage. I mean, they have vulnerabilities, but they're pretty damn solid as far as troops go.
So Atlantis has also pushed into the lake to the south, as we pointed out earlier,
Right.
with Jomon. And does he have any forts going up, Atlantis?
Yeah, let's check. I think he has one going underwater here. Oh wait, yeah, here.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That's a very wealthy province.
But I think that's it so far. Oh, a fort's under construction here too. So this is another high-income province.
Yeah. Those are logical places.
Yeah. So that's pretty good. That's okay. Okay, so we've covered this row. Anything you want to say kind of about the row that we missed?
No, well, I mean, we were very worried about Bogarus and Marignon, for the whole first year. But at the end of the first year, they've got like not terrible
Yeah.
empires.
I think they're all both Bogarus and Marignon are players in the game right now. Like they in no way are they carved out. I think they
Yeah.
Bogarus especially still has an uphill climb, but
Yeah, but I mean, they're not like. Okay,
yeah.
well, maybe let's finish the rest of the nations, and we could see like we could maybe do a recap. Like after the first year, who is completely screwed.
Right.
Speaking of which, Satis.
Satis gets attacked by vine ogres. Thanks, guys. Has somebody gotten the thrones yet? Throne of the Churning Ocean. Okay, I didn't know if this was a
Yeah.
Throne of Gay event. Sometimes you'll get this happening.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So Satis
the
just gets wrecked by an indie event. He does have a fort up, so good on
right.
him.
So that's good.
And looks like he expanded to that forest.
Oh, assassin expansion for the win.
Okay, he found a way to make that work.
Where's his armies? I guess this is it. He's got 70 units. Oh no, he's got these guys too. So he's got. I kind of wish we had Eye of the Gods up. I'd like to see
Yeah.
army score graphs and stuff. I guess he's okay. He's not. Nobody really has big armies yet.
Well, we should remember maybe you can script with the spies to infiltrate everybody's capital
Oh yeah.
on the current turn.
Oh yeah. It'll show me army graphs.
So in the future, we'll get army graphs at least.
Yeah, I'll try to do that.
We're like, I think the real game. This is turn 12 that we're doing now, but I think the real game is on turn like 20 something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll try
So
to
we'll
remember
know
that.
in a few episodes. Yeah. Okay. Raga.
Raga, they are doing Sedan expansion here.
They had a few, so they did a good job of expanding like outwards first, and now they're just backfilling,
Yeah.
which is the way to go, especially with fairly mobile units.
But they're basically done with expansion now.
Yeah.
They
now,
have
where
this
are their
throne they could
forts, if
potentially
any?
get. Well, I think they have one. Oh no, they should definitely put one up here though. This isn't high population, but it's got a great gold mine.
Yeah,
It's in
but
their
you don't
camp
want-
though. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like with Saiyans, you don't want to do that in your camp circle, right? Oh, there's a fort.
Yeah, maybe not so
Oh
early.
shit, that's a cap
Whoa.
worthy.
That's like a cap with growth.
32.
Yeah.
Holy shit. All right. So yeah, good choice. And
Fort here
another
too.
fort here. Yeah, 20,000 pop.
So that's not bad.
All right, he's getting his infrastructure up.
Okay, what next? Yeah, we've got Utgard.
Who takes the throne finally.
Let's watch this. Oh, there's a bump.
It's weird that Lemuria takes the throne. So last turn, or maybe 2 turns ago, Utgard had attacked this throne with a fairly small contingent of Gamherdings and actually lost because Gamherdings for Skella spam is bad news. And it's possible Lemuria saw that and he was like, aha.
Yoink.
I'll take that.
But he's getting dusted. But he is going to, it looks like, drive off the archers.
And in fact, drive off the mages.
Yeah, there he goes. Okay, so
he takes a few casualties.
But here come the Gamherdings. These aren't magic weapons. Oh, they are magic weapons. Okay, rip Lemuria.
Yeah, these are magic weapons, and by now, actually, let's check if regen is online, because it's year 1. It's possible his monolith has arrived.
Not yet.
Not quite.
And will the Centurion survive? Is this guy blessed? No. What was his heroic trait? Lightning reflexes. Yeah.
Chop, chop.
That is about how you expect that to go.
Okay, and what throne of that? What throne is that? Oh, the Crystal Throne, which is a really nice throne.
That's really good for Utgard, too, because Utgard doesn't get great earth magic, so
Earth Astral, fantastic.
Yeah. Probably one of the better thrones in the game. I can't think of a single game I've been in where I'm like, oh, too bad I got the Crystal Throne.
Yeah. Now, anything else on his borders? I think that's where he was sending most of his troops.
Yeah.
So, it looks like there might be a bump next turn.
There might be a bump, yeah. Though potentially Utgard could go this way, but I think you probably... I don't know. This would be a tricky bump. I'm not sure it's a guarantee the Gamherdings win this. I have no idea who's going to
I think there's... Given the scripting, it's possible... Because what we've seen from Utgard so far is big blobs of giants in the middle. And Ulm is consistently putting 2 blobs north and south. So there's a strong chance that Ulm gets Utgard's commander. Yeah. I think on a straight-up fight, these giants would kill the... I feel like they would beat the heavy cav.
Maybe.
I think it might depend if the monolith comes online next turn.
Yeah, they hit hard enough to cut through the armor. For sure.
Well, Gamherdings don't even have that much armor, right?
Oh no, I meant the armor of the Black Knights.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. That's the point. Is
but
that
the Black Knights are going to murder the Javelinists. So, and then they'll be able to kill the Gamherding. So I don't know. It'll be interesting.
It'll be bloody if they bump. But I think you kind of go for it. For both nations, I think you do it.
Yeah. What is this? Yeah, it's a big province.
Yeah, it's worth it.
It's worth it. Okay, Abyssea. Nothing happened, right? Did they bump?
Yeah, I can't see. I don't see anything. So, which is surprising.
Oh,
because...
well, they had this bump with Marignon, so.
Oh yeah.
Which was a very greedy move, by the way, for them to try to take this.
Agreed.
Yeah, especially when they have this here. So now it's going to really slow down their timing on taking this, but they're probably going to go boom. I would take some guys here and then consolidate on this.
But I thought they would have gone northwest to go get that, to square that off again. That's what I was expecting both of them to do, and I was expecting there to be a bump there.
Yeah,
neither of them did it.
They probably didn't want to fight the heavy cav. This is, I think this army can kill it, but you're going to take a lot of losses. And then if you bump and you have to fight the Indies first, it's not going to be pretty.
Well, it looks like Agartha's lining up to take it anyways, right? With that army coming south.
Yeah. I think if they just had like some militia or something to take the edge off the lance charge, it would be a lot more appetizing. But
yeah.
But that's basically it. Okay, so who do you think let's do the top two and the bottom two for position, you think?
Okay, well, bottom two I think are pretty obvious. I think it's Jomon and Satis.
Jomon and Satis. Yeah, they definitely had, I think, the worst expansion out of everybody.
Yeah. Um,
Um,
and honestly, so it's a combination of like
and
they're
not
actually
great
probably the
provinces.
smallest empires right now.
Yeah, and this isn't terribly rich as far as empires go. So Satis has a bad roll of not great lands combined with not many lands.
Yeah, and to be honest, Satis is a little weak in
Right.
right out of the gate. Right,
Yeah.
they'll need some time to get a big ball of skeletons or some research going. So they're very vulnerable. And
Yeah.
Jomon also has very small land.
He's got some
Um,
good provinces though, like this one, and some of these are really nice
yeah, he's
plains.
got
But
a couple of good provinces, but but the key to Jomon is really getting, I think, underwater,
yeah.
and he's really struggling in that department.
Yeah, we'll see. If he gets one more
So
underwater, he's fine. The difference between one and two underwater provinces for Jomon is huge. So
yeah, but with Bogarus making a nap with Atlantis, Jomon has to be worried about Atlantis just completely coming after his taking that lake over and maybe even
right.
fighting him, right? That's a real threat.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Jomon, especially having failed this, probably wants to negotiate the lake rather than
Rush for
bully
it.
Atlantis or
Yeah.
fight them. You know.
Yeah.
Okay, best two. Who do you think? Best
Hmm.
position, right? So it's not necessarily best expansion.
Um, yeah, that's a good call. I like Raga. I like Raga. I mean, the expansion was good. He has was not only good in terms of number of provinces, but many of the provinces are very high yield,
Yeah.
and he has a lot of great targets. So he can go after Satis or he can go after Gath. I didn't mention Gath in my lowest two, but I think he's a contender for
Yeah.
being in a terrible position. And Raga, I think, is in a good position to exploit both of those too. So it's a combination of having a good start, but also having great options for first wars.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Uh,
Second,
yeah, who would you go for second?
mm, second, I think I would have to say Atlantis.
Yeah, can't argue with Atlantis' position on this map. A lot of underwater that is pretty secure.
Yeah, they have such great access to all these lake systems, and honestly, for late age Atlantis, the perfect kind of terrain for them isn't pure ocean. It's this like speckled ocean and land, just like this, and they're just surrounded
Hmm.
by it. Um,
And Atlantis also has good options for its first war in
right,
that it has the weak Satis and Troman as neighbors.
right,
And if worse comes to worse, they're a good matchup against Lemuria.
right, right. So okay, let's go ahead and pull up the next
All
turn.
right, yeah.
Turn 12.
I
So
think
we're
that
on
was
turn
12.
13. Yeah. So we have a message from Satis. I guess it's time to beat up someone. I'm leery of picking on Raga, but their provinces seem pretty empty aside from decent amounts of PD, and they must be busy fighting someone else right now. Lemuria question mark. It's probably a terrible idea. I could go east into Abyssea. Abyssea never replied to my message about a truce, so sending someone out there to take a peek. Might even go southwest and harass Lemuria, which nobody likes. I don't know. Guess I'm going to roll the dice soon and make things interesting for someone.
So that's interesting because we were just talking about uh,
He's a target.
how he's a target, and he's thinking, "Oh, I should go kill some people." I mean, he doesn't
Yeah.
have a choice, right? He has to go pick on somebody.
Yeah, if you're in the well, okay, you have some choices. I think if you're in the bottom position in a game after expansion, unless you're a nation which really can survive just fine in the bottom position, which a few of them can. They can just sit there and kind of turtle until they get some kind of, like turn 20 timing and then eat somebody.
Right.
Most nations, if they're in the bottom position, have to make a play. But if you're in the bottom position, you probably want to make a play with an ally. You probably don't want to go 1v1ing somebody.
So what do you think Satis's best play is?
Fort coming up here. Well, it depends. I haven't played around much with basically getting assassins online reasonably quickly, but if they were confident in their assassin play, and let's say they have 6 or 7 assassins at this point, they could potentially take Raga. And the thing with taking Raga is it would be a lot of value if they were able to do it.
Yeah, but it's going to rely entirely on assassins.
Basically, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's going to rely basically entirely on assassins. There's other things you can kind of do. Yeah, but no, probably almost all assassins. So not a great target, but they have a really bad border with Raga, and then Raga, as you were saying, has a lot of great lands. So it's kind of high risk, high reward. The Raga target, I think, especially with assassins, is much more appealing if you have a partner. So, for them too, you could consider teaming up with Lemuria, or you could consider teaming up with like Gath. This would actually be like the perfect alliance because both these players had bad starts.
And they stand to gain a lot from
right.
The wealthy lands.
Right. And nobody's going to mind anybody bullying around Raga. So.
Yeah.
But they need to protect their flanks, so like either get naps or, what have you. So anyway, high risk, high reward, but if they were able to get an ally and secure their borders, the Raga target's okay.
All right.
Abyssea, I think, is a pretty bad matchup.
Yeah, I would not want to fight Abyssea. Satis.
Yeah. I mean, like, even once they get... Which, we're at the point in the game where they can have lesser fire elementals. It's like, okay, they're going to basically have stuff where you can't efficiently win battles, for the next 20 turns.
Yeah.
Okay.
So did Satis do anything this turn? They retook that Indy province.
And lost some guys. Whoops.
Yeah.
But I think that's it. Abyssea.
Oh, wait. What happened on that fort?
Where?
Not that fort, that throne. There's a battle there. That throne to the southwest of Satis. Okay, it's just a ping. All right.
We definitely had a bump, I think. Oh, no, we didn't. Okay, well, we'll come back and watch that for Agartha. Do we have a bump here? Okay, we did.
We did. All right, big blob of infantry.
Okay. Success, but they took some... Wait.
Yeah, let's see how many...
That's a fair amount of losses. 8. Yeah. That could definitely be enough to swing the outcome.
Well, it was the light infantry that they lost. So they did a good job of having their light infantry take the lance charges.
Yeah.
Now we have crossbows and a bunch of cave trades. It's not a lot of crossbows, but they're landing hits.
This is a formation thing. This is the put all your units in one blob, and it's going to do the exact wrong thing. I think technically Abyssea should win this, and I think they're going to lose it. Because you want these guys taking hits, which is what they're good at, and you want these guys delivering hits, which is what they're good at. But they're going to have it in the complete opposite order. So you have to, if you're doing this, you have to really take into account combat speed. These guys are 9, these guys are 5. These guys have to be way in front.
Plus, that'll increase the odds that they become the target of arrows.
Right. And you just want them hitting at the same time too. So not only are they in the wrong order and the wrong rolls, but they're not hitting at the same time. So turns into a pretty clean win for Agartha. And the problem, I think, is I think when you're starting the game, you can kind of come at this and be like, oh shit, I'm a really bad matchup against Agartha. Those Cave Knights are super strong. And sure, the Cave Knights are okay, but like you should have won this as Abyssea.
Yeah, the Cave Knights surprisingly got the surround on the infantry
Right.
because they were able to kind of surround the group of warbeds first
Yeah.
and then surround the other group later. But if all the Abyssinian forces had come together in one line, in one cohesive kind of formation, they probably would have surrounded the Cave Knights.
Yeah. So I think this is just a case of be careful what lesson you learn when you lose a fight.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's Abyssea. Okay. Utgard, you see anything? We got one up here. Oh, this looks like a bump. We were right. They both rolled the dice.
Well, I think that split. He's only gone with... I think only went with one of his... Yeah.
Oh, man.
Because the other one went south, so there's no chance it seems clear to me that he did not have scouting info.
Yeah.
Right, because if you see that army of giants, you don't go at it with 8 heavy cav.
Yeah.
Even so, hold an attack rear
this
here.
This is the commander, right?
Yeah.
Let's see if they're on... They look like they're on hold an attack rear.
But the giants are on hold and attack closest, and they'll intercept.
Look, it says Gamherdings freaking wrecked the... I mean, the heavy cav wrecked the Gamherdings.
That yeah, charge. On contact, they got they got a few. Gamherdings don't have a lot of protection.
I think this would have been a legit fight if there were twice as many Black Templar. Or...
Yeah.
Is that what they're called? Yeah. Because you just have to imagine right here, these guys getting mowed into, and they would get just absolutely wrecked if they got hit right here. Like 2 or 3 rounds ago. I don't know. So if we look at the final toll here, yeah, he lost 5 Gamherdings. If we look at gold loss, these guys are 65. What are Gamherdings? 55? Okay. So this was painful.
Yeah.
They lost the battle, and they lost significantly more gold.
And because they didn't see it coming. They didn't know.
Right.
But they split up their forces to go take this province.
Which is a pretty nice province, I'm not going to lie. 1,400.
Yeah. So, I mean, in some ways, maybe they did know that the giants were there, and they figured, well, I'll send knights to both provinces.
Don't do that.
I'll get one of them.
Don't do that. That's a bad play.
I'm saying maybe that's what they did.
Because then you're guaranteed to lose one of them, and then if your guard's an aggressive player, he's just like, oh, well, I'll take these two.
Okay, well, that was Utgard. Looks like he's keeping his other army on that fort probably until on that throne until he forts it up, I would guess, to the southeast.
Oh, yeah.
That army's...
Fort is under construction.
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay, coming up, Ulm.
Did we check Raga? I don't think we did Raga.
Oh, we didn't do Raga?
Doesn't look like much happened, though.
Okay, yeah.
In fact, I see nothing.
Yeah, he just pinged this and he moved an army in position. So this is the combination of his first army with the 2 war elephants and his infantry, and then probably a bunch of Zidaians too. So
yeah, and the throne just has they're going to be fine. The throne is just sorcerers and wizards. The Zidaians are going to go to the back.
And you don't even really care what's here. I mean, like the Zidaians are just going to kill everything probably.
Yeah.
Like, fire elementals don't care. You have fire resistance on your Zidaians. I think. I mean, I don't think you care. Maybe you do. Okay, Gath.
What is Gath doing?
Oh, man.
Because last turn, he had his army ready to move north to take that last indie province.
Maybe he's waiting for Lemuria's forts to finish, and then he's going to come take them. That's my... He's not doing much, though.
Yeah, but why not take that indie province?
Oh, this one? Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, that doesn't really make sense to me.
No idea. Ulm, they lost the bump here, but they got this one, and I think that was the only kind of thing we see. He's out sight searching with the fortune teller. He's got wolves and rangers moving out, and what appears to be too high a ratio of wolves, but maybe he combines them with the rangers here. You think
Yeah,
he's
maybe
going to
he's
attack somebody? Go after Gath, maybe, or
he could. I think he'd do. I think Rangers
Yeah.
are great against Gath.
yeah, I think so
Rangers
too.
and Wolves are actually a fantastic combo against Giants.
Yeah, I think so too. But anyway, no, I'm not sure what they're doing. So both these guys not being terribly active. Olm actually is in a pretty bad position too.
He's
It's
not
a
doing great, but he's at least got he's got a second fort up.
yeah.
He's done he hasn't
He's got some
really
good provinces too, but just not many.
yeah. He had some trouble expanding, and his wolves and rangers are in a bit of a weird position. But he's got a second fort up.
I think he's in a position to bully Utgard too. If I were Olm, I probably wouldn't let Utgard have all this. I would probably bully him. But just Gamherding's. I mean, maybe once the region, even with the region bless, enough crossbows, you don't really care.
Yeah, Alm is a pretty good matchup against Giants in general, I think.
Yeah, and then they also get the Ghoul Guardians, who they'll get kind of chopped down by the Giants, but they also are going to fatigue them out. So, Anyway, a lot of ways to deal with the Giants. But that's really the thing. If Ulm just had this stuff here, I would feel so much better about his position. But obviously, Utgard doesn't really want to give that up. Okay. Agartha. So big I gotta scroll out a little bit. They take this super valuable province. Take a few losses, but totally worth it. And 28 heavy cav, this might be fun to watch.
That is a lot of heavy cav.
Those flying fighters aren't going to make it.
Very brave. Well, they were blind. They didn't know. The commanders just said, go fight. What are we fighting? Don't worry about it.
This guy's on fire and keep distance. I should test that more.
Looks like they get a morale check pretty early on.
I thought that was going to be, just watching it, a lot more dicey than it was. This is, I think, the Agartha army getting off pretty light for what they were fighting.
They only killed maybe 10 cavalry before it routed. It looks like some lands have exchanged hands here because Agartha had a province here to the west near Jomon, and now Jomon has it.
Oh, this?
That province, yeah.
And we didn't see a battle, so either it was negotiated or...
It must have been negotiated, and he must have left 0 PD in it.
Yeah. Okay. So with that, let's go look at Jomon. Jomon, nothing happens, right?
His fort comes up. He gets the province that he negotiated from Agartha.
Right.
And I guess he's just rebuilding troops in his underwater fort. He's got a lab there. So he's trying to claim more of the lake. Unfortunately, Atlantis already has 3/5 of his lake.
Yeah, he's got the front seat on the struggle bus right now. So, okay, and then Gath didn't do anything. Coming up to Atlantis. Atlantis just going buck wild, expanding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 provinces away from his capital.
Hey, it's a lake. What was that? What's that combat? Is that just an indie event here?
It gets pinged by a scout.
Huh. I wonder if that's a ping or if that was just a misclick.
It's weird because he's sending 2 in.
That feels more like a misclick because they're not even on retreat.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Hard to say. It could have been. I mean, he appears to be putting PD everywhere. But it could have been he saw it without PD. I have no idea. Atlantis appears to be doing PD, so.
So I think Atlantis didn't take anything else. There wasn't anything else left to take.
Right. But he's had this army sitting here for a while. I don't know if he's building up to attack Lemuria. He's definitely not defending a fort. I don't know. Oh, maybe he's building up to take this.
Yeah.
That's probably what he's doing. Lemuria, they have taken this with the... Oh. They took this from Utgard. They're like, no, no, no.
So that's just an all-out aggressive move. So here's Itimu.
But hey, you don't... Itimu is not a researcher.
Yeah, Itimu needs to be out there. He needs to be doing his thing.
Getting those XP stars. What do you do if you're Lemuria here? Do you like attack into the throne, roll the dice? You go up here and just start raiding on the back lines?
Yeah, it looks like... Well... I don't know. It looks like he initiated conflict this turn, right? By attacking there. And I kind of feel like if that was your plan, like why not go and get those 3 lakes to the west?
Right.
And then attack from there. Because then you could do like your opening move of the war could be to take 3 provinces plus maybe attack the throne, or at least surround the throne completely, right? You take that one, but you could also take the wasteland and the forest from the underwater.
But Lemuria's in a strong position here. I didn't even realize. They've got a consul in this province, and then they've got net total 90 units here. I mean, a lot of them are shitty dispossessed spirits, and a Timu.
Yeah, Timu's strong.
I don't know how it would go if they rush in here, but yeah, there's a very good chance it could kill those guys. I mean, the Gamherdings can kill, especially if they go berserk. They're not going to care about all, which was part of the Lemurian bless, but yeah.
Yeah, I guess as Lemuria, it depends. Like, it looks like they've put a nice little army in position, but if they were going to use that army to go underwater first, that would give them time to get more of their other, stuff that stuff up in position. But if they're worried about pressure from Atlantis, then I could see why they're not, they don't want to commit everything to that front. But then again, if they're worried about pressure from Atlantis, why start a war with?
Yeah, no, I think if you're going to pick a fight with Utgard, the only reason you do it is because you think you can knock him off this throne. Mm-hmm. And then if you do it, you want to go ahead and do it, I think, right now before they can react, because it's going to be a while before they can reinforce. So, like, ideally, he would have had, like, one more batch of troops here, like, reinforcements ready he could move in, and then send in... I feel like this is possible with what he has, but I feel like it's at the edge of what's possible to take this. But if he had, like, another 50 troops, I think he would win.
Yeah. Well, stay tuned. We'll see if that's what he chooses to do next turn.
Marignon...
Is Marignon just attacking Abyssea?
Call the winds. It's like, hey, what's up, dude? Call the winds got buffed too, didn't it? Yeah, these guys got a dive attack, which I think this is new. But it's a higher attack roll and higher damage, and it's like a lance charge, kind of.
Yeah, it's a lance charge.
You would not believe the number of times this happens. That all the birds are out, but then the Hawk Commander stays and then wins the province.
Yeah, because he causes the PD to rout.
Yeah.
So that was an interesting start to, obviously, a war. Because he only did that one ritual. He didn't attack with the army that was on the border. Right? Like, that army could have attacked.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Northwest.
And he did wallop this Abysseian force here, so I can totally understand going on the aggressive after you just kind of clobber an army.
Now it looks like maybe he might have suspected there was more of a tougher Abysseian army, because you can see he's reinforcing. He's got armies to the south marching north.
Yeah.
But independently, he's got his heroic war shambler not barbarians, mercenaries crossing over to his eastern flank, gonna try to take that lake before Lemuria does.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice that. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, they're crossing over on land, so
Marignon has a big army. Like if you compare Marignon's, if you add up all these troops here he's got,
he has not taken a lot of attrition.
yeah, he's probably in one of the better positions now for a first war. Like in just raw troop kind of quantity quality.
Well, especially the matchup, right? He's going to be throwing 100 crossbows at Abyssea, who's weakened from some bumps
Yeah,
and just can't do anything against crossbows anyways.
yeah. I think
And he's got a fort on Lemuria's border.
it's a little awkward. Like you have to imagine when you attack somebody. Like what if you have their cap? You know, this would be like
Yeah,
a very awkward empire attacking at a diagonal, basically. But I think,
yeah.
I mean,
What I mean, better
yeah,
that than
better
not
than,
that.
yeah. And then, possibly if you get an ally like Satis killing Abyssea with you, you get in here, maybe you get this stuff. You don't even get the cap, or you do. And you turn on Utgard or something, who is also a pretty decent matchup for you before they get Turbo Communions going.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and of course, we're not sure in this game if they're going to do Turbo Communions, but
All right. Well,
okay.
Marignon making a
Yeah.
strong move.
Yeah, bold move. So the game is really heating up now.
All right. There's some pings on these thrones.
Oh, it gets converted.
Is...
It's kind of funny.
Oh shit! Yeah. Doesn't even have time to retreat. So what do we have? We have a Sphinx
First
back
cast.
there.
Yeah.
Fire 3, Astral 5, Death
Yeah.
4. All right.
There you go. Assert
So
dominance.
that's not the kind of throne that you can kind of go at with a couple of Ichthyeids and heavy cav.
Yeah, this isn't going to happen.
I think maybe he also pinged that throne. Is that possible?
Yeah.
Yeah, he also pings this throne.
This
Now
one
that
much more
is-
doable.
Yeah. What kind of sages are they?
It's a lot of guys.
Oh, sages. Yeah, but sages, are just
are
Astral
S1.
1.
Yeah. The lore masters are the weird
Oh, this
randos.
is easy.
Yeah.
Astral. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
This is a really easy throne to take. So,
I mean, you're going to
That might-
need a sizable army, but it's not
sure,
hard.
but like
Yeah.
just regular troops can. You don't even need mage support almost to take that. So
I
that
feel
might
like
be his next
you look
move.
at. I feel like if you look at the quality and quantity of the Bogarusian army versus Marignon, I feel like Marignon just has way more stuff. So like if this were
Yeah.
Marignon's throne, I'd be like, oh yeah, he just pulls his army over there and takes it. Bogarus, I'm looking around, I'm like, okay,
Well, but because Bogarus has like maybe I don't know, a couple dozen heavy cav basically. I mean,
Yeah.
bad heavy cav because it's Bogarus, but
yeah,
heavy
I
cav.
get 40 heavy cav might be able to take this actually.
Yeah,
so
because
it's possible.
it's much more expensive. Like what Marignon has the advantage of just like he's
Cheap
pooping
stuff.
out like rangers and
Yeah,
humans, right? So
yeah. Okay, so that is Bogarus. Atlantis. Did we already talk Atlantis?
I think we did.
We did. Satis. We already talked these guys. Are we done? I think we're done.
Really?
Do we? I don't feel like we covered everybody, but I think we did. We talked about the Abyssea, Agartha bumps. Yeah, I think we're done, dude.
All right, I think we're done.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for watching. I'll see y'all next time.
Take care, guys.